Yes.
I have two questions, Pooja.
Hmm.
All our devotees, whatever uh, the names are there, Narad, Hanuman, Khanda, they are all devotees.
They are all great devotees.
So there must be devotees in all the Varshas also.
Yeah, there are devotees also. The devotees are all local people. Yeah. The visitors are into excursion, but the locals are doing proper bhakti.
And another thing is, these devotees are actually the liberated souls. You can say. Right.
Still they are there.
Still they are there.
Hanumanji, Lord Ram asked, "Come, let us go to spiritual world." Hanumanji said, "No, I will not come. You have embraced this body. As long as this body is there, as long as your glories are sung all over, I want to be here." Lord Rama says, "My glories are sung till the end of the day of Brahma." Hanuman said, "I will stay till there, till then." So till then, Hanumanji will be here only. That's why he has become Chiranjeeva.
So all devotees will be there till the
not all, at least Hanumanji is there. And Prahlad Maharaj said, till everyone gets liberated, I don't want liberation. हम सबको लिबरेशन होने के बाद प्रहलाद महाराज वापस जाएगा. प्रहलाद को वापस भेजना है तो हमको भी वापस जाना पड़ेगा.
So then there are set of devotees in every Varsha. It means they are the liberated souls, but they are actually staying. It's not only the Narada, Hanuman, or Manu or anyone.
Swayambhu, Vaivashtamanu, he will be there till the end of the Manvantara period. Afterwards, his tenure is over, he will go back to Godhead.
Go back to Godhead?
He will go back to Godhead.
And what about the other citizens who actually are there? And who are the permanent residents?
They also, जितना ज्यादा परमानेंट रहेगा, जो मनवंतर तक रहेगा ज्यादा से ज्यादा, कुछ जो रहना है तो,
मतलब जो क्वालिफाइड है वो चले जाएंगे.
हाँ,
उनका लाइफ टाइम के बाद.
Qualified, and those who want to go, they'll go.
They will go.
Those who want to stay here, even in spite of being qualified, if they want to stay, they'll stay.
Right. And who has the qualification to actually become the permanent local residents of the other versions?
Like all the monkeys, they decided to stay back. Lord said, stay there. Something like that.
Who has the qualification though? Because in the Bharata Varsha, any individual, when they do a karma, they actually either go to the upper pantry systems and then come back.
Tishtanti Rajasa. Those who are performing activities in Rajas, they'll remain in the Bharata Varsha only. They don't go upper and niche. Idhar hi ghumte rahega.
And
so like that, either bhi kuch to rahega.
Similarly, who would become the qualifying candidates for the residents of Harivarsha or Ilmavatara or Ramyaka Varsha?
I also don't know, but kuch to rahega. But these people also have some service there. Aisa nahi, aisa freely. Devatas also who are there in heaven, they have some seva, na? Universal management. And these people also some seva. In
at least there they have to actually deal with many materials. They have to deal with
where? What kind of materials?
Like asuras.
Here also asuras can come, na? Why not? यहाँ पे आपले से तो who will stay quiet? Asuras will not stay quiet. Here also
but Lord himself is actually present.
DT. Lord's deities.
They are not.
I told na, they are worshipping the deities, not the Lord himself.
That's a deity.
Hanumanji and all, they are worshipping Lord Ram deity, like we are worshipping here. Prahlad Maharaj worshipping Lord Narasimha's deity, not Lord personally. But the devotees are so exalted, even the Lord, if required, manifests also whenever they want. So it's like,
in Ilavata, Lord Shiva resides.
Lord Shiva himself resides, but he worships Lord Sankarsana.
Lord Sankarsana
is the deity.
Is there any specific reference that they are in the form of the deities? Verse comes, or it is.
I showed you, na? To show his mercy means to continue showing his mercy. For that purpose, he remains present in various forms. Atma Tattva Vyuhena.
Okay.
It should be understood that these precedent deities of the various these precedent deities of various varshas are deity forms of the Lord. This is described in Prahlada's prayer in 55:18:8. You for more details you can refer to this 5:18:8. There you will understand.
Aryama? Who is Aryama?
Aryama is one of the 12 Adityas. One of the 12 Adityas. He is the younger brother of Indra.
He is also
So a person can't become a local member in the other Varshas. Like we can't get any green citizen in that.
It could be, why not? Based on their qualification, based on their desire.
So whoever wants to become the greens,
They can become.
so they
See,
should be pure devotees.
for everything, not necessarily pure devotee, for everything there is necessary qualification. You remember this verse of Bhagavad Gita? Yanti Deva Vrata Deva. If you want to go to heaven and become a resident of heaven, you need to worship Devatas. You need to become Devata. Simple. Pitrun Yanti Pitrunvata. Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja. Yanti Madhyajuna Bhimam. By worshipping Lord Vishnu's deity here, one will go to Vaikuntha and worship the Lord in person there. There is sadhana for everything. Whoever performs that sadhana and perfects that sadhana, they will get the destination accordingly. It is like one-on-one equation only. You don't have to take so much complication.
साधना मस्ट बी परफेक्ट, परफेक्शन करना ही पड़ेगा.
अभी जो भी साधना तो करना पड़ेगा ना. अभी स्कूल में पढ़ाई कर रहे मतलब पास तो होना चाहिए.
मतलब मिनिमम
पास नहीं होगा तो
मिनिमम पास होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब
पास 35% पास मार्क. जस्ट पास होने से कुछ मिलता नहीं ना. आपको अच्छा ग्रेड आएगा तो अच्छा कॉलेज में सीट आएगा. मीडियम मार्क्स आएगा तो मीडियम कॉलेज में सीट आएगा. कम मार्क्स आएगा तो कम कॉलेज में सीट आएगा. Destiny also accordingly varies based on one's amount of pass.
इवन इन मतलब स्पिरिचुअल थोड़ा ऐसा ही है.
Everywhere like that only. Based on one's dedication, one will get that kind of destiny. जितना है उतना.
Where does Narada actually stay in the Bharata? Is there any
Himalayas, upper Himalayas. He's the disciple of Narayana Rishi. So he keeps coming and going, coming and going. So in that time. Why Bharata Varsha? Bharata Varsha is the place where bhakti can be practiced easily. So Narada Muni is the propagator of bhakti. So Bharata Varsha given to Narada Muni. ये आपका फील्ड है. सबको उद्धार करना आपका रिस्पांसिबिलिटी है. ऐसा. So Narada Muni gave that responsibility to all of you. All of you recently went and distributed books and came back. So wonderfully. So now we will skip the prayers which are there in between. We directly go to 19th chapter, where in between the prayers are all describing the prayers offered by Lord Varsha, residents, Lord Shiva, the prayers offered by Prahlad Maharaj, Aryama, Goddess Varshun, then Bhudevi, Prahlad Maharaj, Hanumanji and Sugriva, and then Narada Muni. Like that, all the residents will offer prayers. They are all very philosophical. We should discuss very slowly. Okay. So now, after the prayers are over, the previous verse till 9 to 15, the prayers of the prayers to the deity of Bharata Varsha, Lord Narayana Rishi by Narada Muni. So then now we'll continue from text number 16 of 19th chapter. Here, the description of Bharata Varsha begins. In the 17th chapter, there was a description about 8 heavenly Varshas. So what kind of facilities are there? They are called Bhauma Swarga. Who will stay there? What kind of facility they live there? As soon as they are born, they live for 10,000 years. They have 10,000 elephant strength. They have beautiful wives. They beget children in the last year. They enjoy the happiness like that. Teta Yoga, all these things are there. Then what about Bharata Varsha? That comes after so many chapters. So now, text number 16 of the chapter 19, it says, in the tract of land known Bharata Varsha, just as in Ilavrata Varsha, there are many mountains and rivers. Some of the mountains are Malaya, Mangalaprastha, Mainaka, Trikuta, Rushabha, Kutaka, Kollaka, Saya, Devagiri, Rushamuka, Srishaila, Venkata, Mahindra, Varidara, Vindhya, Suktiman, Rikshagiri, Pariyatra, Drona, Chitrakuta, Govardhana, Raivataka, Kakuba, Neela, Gokamuka, Indrakila, and Kamagiri. Besides these, there are many other hills with many large and small rivers flowing from their slopes. Mountain means there should be some river. Every mountain gives rise to so many rivers. So that is indicated. Mountain is the father, river is the daughter. That is a common understanding. These are all different mountains that are there in the Bharata Varsha. We might have heard some of the mountains. Mahendragiri we have heard. And what else?
Venkata,
Govardhan, Venkata, Srishaila,
Chitrakuta, Govardhan.
Chitrakuta, Malaya.
Neela.
Malaya is in Malaysia, Prabhu.
That's what people say. Malaya is Malaysia. नीला किधर है? उधर नहीं, नीला माउंटेन किधर है? कुछ भी बोल,
नीलाचल बोलते हैं ना?
पता नहीं. These are all entire Bharata Varsha, na? They could be anywhere.
Kamagiri.
They could be anywhere in the Bharata Varsha.
But ये कुछ तो इनका रेप्लिका अपने इधर भी है ना?
पता नहीं. वो पता नहीं. Yeah. As in Ilavrta, so also in Bharata there are many mountains and rivers. In Ilavrta Varsha we had how many mountains? First two mountains each, then one mountain, then 20 mountains. 20 plus 4 plus 8. 32 mountains were there in Ilavrta Varsha. Here also something like that. Many mountains are mentioned. And no need to count. There could be many more also, but some important mountains are mentioned.
So this Bharata Varsha is whatever we consider the 7 continents according to the order.
Abhi, don't know speculation.
We will tell.
Wait for the Bhagavatam to reveal. Just follow the Bhagavatam without switch off the mind and intelligence. The inhabitants of Bharata Varsha contact these pure rivers by their minds, by their body, by the utterance of their names. Two of the rivers, the Brahmaputra and Sona, are called main rivers. There are other great rivers that are very prominent. Brahmaputra and Sona, where are they?
Brahmaputra originates in Himalayas.
Goes to?
It goes through China.
Oh, that side, huh? Sona? Because the understanding is that Nadau, some of them are called Nadi, some of them are called Nada. Nadi, Nada. Nadi, Nada. Not like that, male or female. Some one person. Some of them, as you mentioned, if they are going to China, Himalayas are there, na? Those rivers are outside of the Himalayas, some of them are inside the Himalayas. China is the other side, na? So in that way, there could be. I don't know exactly what is the difference, but Nadi, Nada. Some they are like that. There are other rivers that are very prominent. Chandravasa, Tamraparni, Avatoda, Kritamala, Vaihasyasi, Kaveri, Veni, Payaswini, Sarkaravarta, Tungabhadra, Krishnavenia, Bhimarati, Godavari, Nirvindya, Payoshni, Tapi, Reva, Surasa, Narmada, Charmavati, Mahanadi, Vedasmruti, Rishikulya, Trishama, Kaushiki, Mandakini, Yamuna, Saraswati, Drushadvati, Gomati, Sarayu, Rodaswati, Saptavati, Sushoma, Shatadru, Chandrabhaga, Marudurda, Vitasta, Asikni, and Vishwa. Like that, there are so many rivers that are there all over the Bharata Varsha.
Those are northeast also. From there to China.
The origin is Alaknanda.
Yeah, हो सकता है. Alaknanda would be the source of all these rivers. Yes. Alaknanda is the mainstream, na? So from that only all these rivers manifest. So we have names such as Yamuna, Saraswati, Gomati, Sarayu. We have visited Krishnaveni, Tungabhadra. Some rivers we are aware of. They touch by the mind and body. Khanda means, huh? Yeah, here only. Maharashtra se chalu hota hai. Hum Hyderabad jate समय रास्ते में आते हैं. From Western Ghats it goes through Kurnool, Srisailam. Then first verse talked about mountains. Second verse talked about rivers. Third verse talks about the activities of the people. What kind of people living here, what kind of activity they are doing. In Bharata Varsha, many destinations, heavenly, human, and hellish. Divya, Manusha, Naraka Gatayo. mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance are prescribed for all people because people take birth according to actions in Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Shukla means Sattva, Lohita is Rajas, Krishna is Tamas. All these destinations are prescribed for the self according to the quality of their actions, as indicated in the Vedas. Liberation is then achieved. Apavargacha apibhavati. This is the USP of Bharata Varsha. Even though people do not want liberation, Bharata Varsha forcefully gives them liberation. Bharata Varsha, there are facilities for liberation. Who wanted bhakti? Do you wanted bhakti? Do you wanted bhakti? But bhakti came on its own to us. That is the specialty of Bharata Varsha. In that way, this phrase comes here. Apavargacha apibhavati.
Even those who don't want it, some liberation, not bhakti, and liberation. But those who take bath in the river, goes to Varanasi and etc.
Yes.
And
there are so many facilities which bring them close to liberation.
So they will achieve.
No. Till the time they want, they will not achieve. But there are facilities. Either you turn the face, there is facility. Either turn your face, there is facility.
बस मतलब desire चाहिए, बस बाकी हो जाएगा.
हो जाएगा. Kindly pay attention. This is important purport. This takes place only in Bharata Varsha and only in an area whose dimension is 1,000 yojanas. Total Bharata Varsha width is kitna?
1,000 yojanas.
Bharata Varsha width. In Jambudvipa there are 9 Varshas. What is the width of each Varsha?
9,000.
9,000 yojanas. So in Bharata Varsha also it is 9,000 yojanas. After 9,000 there is a special area which is 1,000 yojanas. That is more special. So what is that we are going to discuss now. Vishnu Purana says, Bharatasya Varshasya Navabedan Nishamaya. Indradvipa Kaseru Tamravarna Gavastiman Nagadvipas Tata Saumyo Gandharvastu Ata Varuna. Ayam tu Navamastesham Dvipam Sagara Samruta. Yojananam Sahasrantu Dvipoyam Dakshinottara. It says that here about the 9 divisions of Bharata Varsha. There are 9 divisions in Bharata Varsha. Within Jambudvipa there are 9 divisions. Among them one is Bharata Varsha. And within Bharata Varsha there are 9 divisions. They are called Dvipas because they are separated by ocean. Their names are count. Indradvipa, Kaseru, Tamravarna, Babastiman, Nagadvipa, Saumya, Gandharva, Varuna. 8 okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the 9th is actually known as Bharata. The 9th division name is Bharata. Because of that, the entire area becomes Bharata. Bordering the ocean, which is 1,000 yojanas from north to south. As you measure from north to south, the width of the 9th division is 1,000 yojanas. Similarly, north to south, the entire Bharata Varsha is also 9,000 yojanas. So in a 9,000 yojanas Bharata Varsha, there are 9 divisions and one division is 1,000 yojanas. What about other divisions?
No.
They are also 1,000 each. Because total is 9,000, north to south.
एक 9th को भारत से दिया तो सबको एक
सब सेम रहेगा.
ये तो circular है.
North means either to either 9,000 yojanas.
North to south.
9,000 yojanas.
But it is circular.
Right na though.
So width will keep changing.
Width will keep changing. Thickness is only width. Length will change. Width is 1,000 each.
But how length or width can be constant in a circular portion of 9,000?
क्यों नहीं? आप ऐसे ही कट करेगा तो सेम रहेगा ना. रहने दो. ये लंबा रहेगा. एक कम लंबा लास्ट वाला छोटा रहेगा. सबसे छोटा.
तब 9,000.
भाई. Width is 1,000. Width is as you measure from north to south, not from east to west. When you measure from north to south, the width is 1,000. East to west length could be anything. East to west का length का डिटेल्स दिया नहीं भागवतम में. हमको ऐसे ही दिया था 9,000 करके. I'll show the images maybe couple of slides later. The total width of Bharata Varsha is 9,000 yojanas. Each division would be 1,000 yojanas wide. A person would be limited to only one of these divisions for his life. Within Bharata Varsha there are 9 divisions. When a person is born in a particular division, that person is limited to that division only. Cannot go from one division to the division in general. Especially empowered person may go, but people in general cannot go. Here the understanding is the Bhagavatam which we are reading is compiled by Srila Vyasadeva, which is meant for Kaliyuga people. In Kaliyuga, people who are born in one of the 9 divisions is limited to that division only. They cannot go from one division to the division. In the previous yugas, they might have gone, but now that is not valid. So like that. Sagara Sambrita means situated at the edge of the ocean, according to Srila Sridhar Swami. Though the 9th division is not mentioned by name, it is understood to be called as Navadvipa, or Sudarshan Dvipa, or Sukumara Dvipa, or Bharata Khanda. There is no name mentioned for the 9th. Navam tu ayamas tesham. Like that only. The 9th one is Ayam tu. I mean this particular one is 9th division. It is located next to the ocean and its width is 1000 yojanas from north to south. The name is not mentioned, but is actually understood to be its name is Navadvipa, Sudarshan Dvipa, Sukumara Dvipa, and Bharata Khanda. Different scriptures. Huh? Aapka isha. So it's like that. This place is further described in the Vishnu Purana, same work, which says Purve Kirata Yasyante Paschime Yavana Smrita Purva Deshadikas Chaiva Kamarupa Nivasina Ostra Kalinga Magada Dakshinastyancha Krishnasa Maruka Malavasta. So this verse talks about the 9th division, which is called as Bharatakhanda or Sukumara Dvipa or Sudarshan Dvipa or Navadvipa. What is the specialty of the 9th one? In the 9th division, in the eastern side, there are Kiratas are residing. In the western side, there are Yavanas are residing. And the inhabitants in the east are the residents of Kamarupa, Varsa, Kalinga, and Magadha. They are the different kingdoms in the eastern side. The inhabitants in the south are Marukas and Malavas. These are the kingdoms in the south side of the 9th division. South side, these are the kingdoms. East side, these are the kingdoms. And these are the people in the east. They are the people in the west. So this was mentioned in the Vishnu Purana that in Bharata Varsha, there are 9 divisions. Each division is 1000 yojanas wide. And the 9th division is called Bharatakhanda, in which there are people like Kiratas and Yavanas are residing. There are kingdoms like Kamarupa, Orissa, Kalinga, Magadha. And there are other southern side kingdoms like Maruka and Malavas are there.
Are these names relevant to the current known names or they are different?
Wait, Karuna, sab yaad rakho. Relevant or not relevant, it will be revealed. Enjoy the suspense. So now Bhagavatam also gives a hint about the 9 divisions. It does not say directly, but it gives a hint about the 9 divisions in Bharata Varsha. The previous chapters talked about the descendants of Agnidra. Agnidra married Purachitti after performing Siva Tapasya. He begot 9 children. Nabi, Kimpurusha, Hari, Lavrta, etc. And the 9 sons married 9 wives of 9 daughters of Meru. So what he did? He divided Jambudipa into 9 divisions and gave them to 9 sons and named them after his 9 sons. That division which was given to Nabi was known as Nabi Varsha. Nabi had a son. Nabi married Meru Devi and he had the Supreme Lord his own son. He was known as Rishabdeva. So while Rishabdeva ruling the kingdom, it was known as Ajnaba Varsha. So he married Jayanti, Indra's daughter. Then they begot 100 sons. Of the 100, 81 became Brahmanas, 9 became Navayogitras. The eldest one is Bharata. He became the monarch of the entire Bhumandala because Bharata is a great yogi and wonderful devotee. Ajnaba Varsha became known as Bharata Varsha. When Nabi was ruling, it was Nabi Varsha. When Lord Rishabdeva was ruling, it was Ajnaba Varsha. When Bharata Maharaj was ruling, it became Bharata Varsha. Aja means the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord appeared as the son of Nabi. That's why it's called Ajnaba. Ajanaba. Swayambhuva, Swayambhuva. Pandu, Pandava. So like that. So now, the 9 remaining brothers of Bharata Maharaj are the 9 remaining sons of Lord Rishabdeva. Their names are Kushavarta, Ilavarta, Brahmavarta, Malaya, Ketu, Bhadrasena, Indrasvuk, Vidarbha, and Kikata. They ruled the 9 islands of Bharata Varsha. It is mentioned in the 11th canto, 2nd chapter, text number 19. Tesham Nava, the remaining 9 brothers, Navadvipa Patayo Asti Samantata. They became the lords of the Navadvipas within Bharata Varsha. So it is mentioned in the 11th canto about that Bharata Maharaj had 9 younger brothers who remained at home, who continued as rulers, and they ruled the 9 dvipas of Bharata Varsha. Bharata Maharaj was the monarch and they are the independent kings, individual kings. That is understood. So Vishnu Purana and other Puranas gives more details about what exactly is happening inside, but Bhagavatam does not get into all details. Sudha Gosam just talks about Bharata Varsha and then moves on. So now, taking this information from various Puranas, His Holiness Dhanari Goswami Maharaj made a video, Bhagavat Cosmos. So in that video, he shows divisions like this. These are the 9 divisions within Bharata Varsha. They are the Greater Himalayas, 9 divisions. He put them like this, left to right. This is another image. He put them again left to right. But there is a correction needed here. According to the description of Vishnu Purana, the divisions are supposed to be like this. Because the entire Bharata Varsha from here to here, it is 9,000 yojanas. Just like Kimpurusha Varsha here to here 9,000, Vari Varsha here to here 9,000, this is here to here 9,000, here to here 16, and here to here 9, here to here 9, here to here 9, here to 9. All Varshas are 9 each. So this is also here to here 9. And Bharata Varsha is located next to the ocean and is north to south. This is north, this is south. It is 1,000. There are 9 divisions. Each division would be 1,000 yojanas.
Which is considered as 1,000.
The area between the 2 blue lines, that is 1,000.
This area or the distance width?
Oh, area means that is width only.
Yeah.
So from this line to this line, this width is 1,000 yojanas. The blue line is ocean. This is all land. Now it is a one homogeneous land. And the water came in between, dividing that land into 9 islands. And the width of each island is 1,000 yojanas. Here to here 1,000, 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 here to here 1,000.
So there should be 8 divisions, and that's how the 9 Varshas would be formed.
8 divisions what?
There are 9 divisions. There are how many lines?
8 lines.
8 lines. Okay.
8 lines, 9 divisions. So this is the 9th division because it's touching the ocean, this side. This is all ocean. No? It's touching the main saltwater ocean. So this is the 9th one. That is called Bharata Khanda, about which we are discussing. Within which in the east there are Kiratas, in the west there are Yavanas, in the east there are kingdoms like Orishta, Kalinga, Magadha. In the south there are Maruka, Malwa, something like that. Then, according to Siddhanta Shiromani, chapter 1, Gola Dhyaya, in the Bhuvanakosha section, Siddhanta Shiromani says, within Bharata Varsha there are 9 Khandas, 9 divisions. They are known as Aindra, Kaseru, Tamravarna, Gabasthiman, Kumarika, Naga, Saumya, Varuna and Gandharva. The 8 names are same. Only Kumarika name is extra added here. That's why some places the 9th division is called as Kumarika Dvipa. In the Vishnu Purana, the 9th name is not mentioned. Since it is not mentioned, we have to assume it as Bharata. So we call it as Bharata Khanda. It is one of the divisions. Here they are clearly mentioning it as Kumarika. Kumarika Dvipa.
And the others are exactly matched.
Yeah, that's the same. The meaning all are same. Markandeya Purana says, Karma is not enjoined anywhere else. The 9th island is surrounded by water and it measures 1,000 yojanas from south to north. People here are a mixture of both Mlechas and Aryas. They predominate in certain parts. Some areas Mlechas will stay, some areas Aryas will stay. This is called Karma Bhumi. It bestows everything according to one's Papa and Punya, piety and impiety. Here, in this Bharata Khanda, by performing piety and impiety, Papa and Punya, one gets respect to destiny. So in that way. Now, Chetvari Bharate Varshe Yugantara Mahamune. This verse is about Bharata Varsha, not about Bharata Khanda. Kritam Treta Dvaparancha Kalis Channatra Nakwachit. Oh great sage, in Bharata Varsha there are Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yugas. Chetvari Bharate Varshe Yugantara Mahamune. Oh great Muni, In Bharata Varsha, there are 4 yugas. What are they? Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. And most important thing is that Anyatra na Kochit, which do not exist elsewhere. The 4 yugas only exist in Bharata Varsha. They do not exist rest of the universe. Rest of the universe, it is always same. There is no concept of yuga change. That's why it is mentioned when the 8 Varshas are mentioned. Whoever is born, they live for 10,000 years. And they experience the happiness of Treta Yuga. Because in Bharata Varsha, there is Satya. Satya Yuga 1 lakh years. Treta Yuga 10,000 years. Dwapara Yuga 1,000 years. Kali Yuga 100 years. So in that way, they are mapped. In Bharata Varsha, we have changed in the yugas. In the rest of the Jambudvipa and Bhumandala, they always have Treta Yuga only. They don't have Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga.
So in Bharat Varsha, that part, not in Bharat Khanda.
Not in Bharata Varsha, matlab Bharata Khanda also. This entire thing is Bharata Varsha.
Yeah. So इसमें Bharat Khanda है.
This is Bharata Khanda. This 9th one is where my cursor is, there is Bharata Khanda.
So Bharat Khanda मतलब पूरा भारत खंड में बोले कि भारत वर्ष में कलयुग 4 युग बोला.
Prabhuji, see the shloka properly. Chatvari Bharate Varshe. In Bharata Varsha, there are Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali Yugas. In the entire Bharata Varsha, these are there. That means in Bharata Khanda also they are there. Other than Bharata Varsha, they do not exist elsewhere. Other places, they have one uniform situation throughout their existence. Here only we have yuga changes. The dharma gradually declines from Satya Yuga to 4 padas to 0 padas. 4 padas, 3 padas, 2 padas, 1 pada, half pada, 1/4 pada, 1/5 pada, 1/10 pada, 100th pada, 1000th pada, 1 crore pada. So like that. That will happen only in Bharata Varsha, not other places. Then Vayupurana says, here about the 9 divisions of Bharata Varsha, they border the ocean, are separated by the ocean, and one cannot go from one to other. Tu agamya parasparam. Especially in Kali Yuga, we cannot go from one division to the division. In the previous yugas, one might have gone, but today, now, at least in the current Kali Yuga, we cannot go. Many goals are undertaken by the individuals according to prescribed actions in Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Because all these goals will manifest for the people according to the qualities of action caused by dharma and adharma. Based on one's activities which are known as dharmic and adharmic, one's respective destiny will be manifesting in Bharata Varsha. And finally, this takes place unavoidably as per the Vedas. Anupurvena, because everything is already said in the Vedas. According to Vedas, things will manifest. Whatever scriptures compiled by Srila Vyasdeva, they are also meant for only Bharata Varsha people. They are not meant for other Varsha people. Because Vyasdeva stays in the Great Himalayas, which is part of Bharata Varsha, which is connected to Bharata Varsha. And he compiles scriptures only for the Bharata Varsha people, that too only for the Kali Yuga people. In the previous 3 yugas, there was no need for compilation. They would hear and remember. In the rest of the universe, they will hear and remember. Unke liye books jarut nahi. Only for the Kali Yuga people, books are required. For that only, every beginning of Kali Yuga, there will be a Vyasadeva. This time Vyasadeva is Krishna Deva and Vyasa. Next time Vyasadeva will be Ashwatthama. The last time Vyasadeva was Jaratkaru. उसके पहले व्यासदेव was Parashara. उसके पहले शक्ति. उसके पहले वशिष्ठा. So like that. No. 3 yugas पहले the Vyasadeva was Valmiki. During the 24th Chaturyuga, Valmiki was the Vyasadeva. Because that was the time when Lord Rama appeared and Valmiki was around and he became Vyasadeva during that time. And that time he compiled Ramayana for the Kali Yuga people in the book form. Of course, he compiled Ramayana as a verbal dictation in the Treta Yuga itself when Rama was there. But at the beginning of Kali Yuga, he wrote down in the book form.
Whatever the Ramayana which we hear now, it has been preserved from the 24th.
No, not preserved. That time Kali Yuga, it was written. Later on, again, people used to remember. At the beginning of this Kali Yuga, again, Srila Vyasdeva again wrote that.
Ramayana.
Ramayana, he only compiled.
Oh.
Which was there verbally He wrote the pen down. Penning down means it is not new creation. It is already there. He just noted down. That's all for our benefit. He recreated Mahabharata. Mahabharata is recent history. Ramayana was the old one. So in that. See, for example, Dhruva Maharaj pastime took place in Swayambhu Manvantarao. So the fourth canto, whatever chapters dedicated for Dhruva Maharaj, which was coming down by oral deception, and he put them in the book, pen down. It was a known thing only. So for him, the Mahabharata is a recent thing. So in that way. Just like Dhruva Maharaj pastimes he wrote in the Puranas, Ramayana he wrote in the Ramayana book, which was also people are hearing continuously. And if one cannot accomplish liberation, liberation appears on its own. That means even one is not endeavoring for liberation, the opportunities for liberation come to their doorstep and knock the door, saying that Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita, gya, Bhagavad Gita, gya. So like that. The word cha indicates that even merging in Brahman is also achieved. So from Bharata Varsha, one can attain any of the 5 liberations. Salokya, Sarishti, Samipya, Sarupya, Ekatvam. Any of the 5 liberations one can attain from Bharata Varsha. This is Bharata Varsha with its different divisions and all. This is okay. Now, this is all there in the Bhagavatam. Commentary by Srishant Thakur and Prabhupada. Prabhupada only talks about Varnashram duties. In Bharata Varsha, people perform Varnashram duties, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, uske liye batate Prabhupada. So these are all given in the Chakravarti's commentary. So now, from Mahabharata, how does this Bharata Khanda look like? What is this Bharata Khanda is all about? What is the specialty of this Bharata Khanda? So what is the image of this Bharata Khanda? That is from Mahabharata. This is first discovered by Sri Trivenkat Ramanuja based on the shlokas of Mahabharata, Bhishma Parva and Jambu Kanda Vinirnaya Parva, 5th chapter. So there are some verses which come in the Mahabharata, Bhishma Parva, chapter 5 or chapter 6. In the regular Mahabharata versions, it comes in chapter 5. In Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute, Pune, they published a critical edition of Mahabharata. In their book, it comes in the 6th chapter. I put them because they have English shlokas. All other versions have English shlokas only. So I searched for English shlokas. I put them here. So this is the shloka number 12 from chapter 6.
There is from the normal Sanskrit shlokas. It comes
in
the
5th chapter.
Vinirmana Para 5th chapter.
One chapter here and there. So it says that this Bharata Khanda is called Sudarshan Deepa, since it looks beautiful to the eyes of the onlookers. Sudarshanam Pravakshami Deepam Te Kurunandana. Sanjaya is speaking to Dhritarashtra. The context is, okay, Kurukshetra battlefield, they are going to fight. So who are all assembled there in the battlefield? Kaunsa Raj se aa gaya Raja log. So in order to describe different kings, Sanjaya describes different kingdoms. So in that case, there is a description about Bharata Khanda, there is a description about Bharata Varsha, there is a description of Jambudeep and all. It describes in Mahabharata. And also of the universe also. Sometime. So chapter 5 and 6 comes. Chapter 18, I think, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita starts. Chapter 18 to 32 or something like that is the chapters of Bhagavad Gita. In the same Jambu Parva. Bhishma Parva. So this Bharata Khanda is called Sudarshan Deepa since it looks beautiful to the eyes of the onlookers. Sudarshanam Pravakshami. Being circular, it looks like the disc of the Lord. Sudarshan also Sudarshan disc, na? It is circular like Sudarshan disc, that's why it is called Sudarshan Deepa. It is attached to the cyclic time in the form of disc, preceded by God Sudarshana. Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. All these 4 are there in Sudarshan Chakra Samstha. So in that way, it is also called Sudarshana. Why this particular area is called Sudarshan Deepa? Various reasons. One is it is circular. One is it is connected to cyclic time, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. And one is it looks very beautiful to look at. Then the meaning of Parimandala. Parimandalaha. Sudarshana Deepa is in the form of a globe. Since all the four corners of this Bharatakanda is rounded like the bale fruit. So Parimandala in Sanskrit, it means sphere, it means disc, it means circle also. If you take a 3D meaning, it becomes sphere. If you take 2D meaning, it becomes circle. So like that. Here the translators have taken the meaning of Parimandala to be spherical. And then further discussion about that particular image of the Bharatakanda or Bharatakanda in general. Vrikshai Pushpa Palopetai Sampanna Dana Danyavan Lavanena Samudrena Samantat Parivarita. This Bharatakanda is, or Sudarshana is full of trees covered with flowers and fruits and with crops of various kinds and with many other rich things. It is surrounded on all sides with salt ocean. Since it is Karma Bhumi, the specialty of the Bharatakanda is that wherever you go, you see plants and trees filled with flowers and fruits, and also saltwater ocean around everywhere. Then, Yatacha Purusha Pashyad Adrishe Mukamatmana Evam Sudarshanam Dvipo Drishyate Chandramandale. Just as a person can see his own face in a mirror, every day morning after taking bath, we put tilakna looking in the mirror. Similarly, the nature of the Sudarshan Dvipa is viewed from the moon. There are two ways to understand. One is either you go to moon and look into Sudarshan Dvipa, or you treat the moon to be mirror and see the image of Sudarshan Dvipa. Either way.
You treat the moon to be
Mirror.
In
the bathroom, we have a big mirror and we see ourselves as our face. When we are shaving, we see front side face. When we look backward, shika and other things we see. Okay. That is one way. The meaning can be taken as one way. The second way is that, so Sudarshan Dvipa is here. You go to the moon and see the Sudarshan Dvipa, how it look like. ऊपर से देखो कैसे दिखता है. So like that.
So in the first case, how you explain?
Both are same only. Whether you see from here, both of you are standing in front of mirror and your face is visible in the mirror. He sees your face in the mirror. It looks fair color, two eyes are there, two nostrils, one mouth and two ears and some ball, everything is there. So that's what he sees. Whether he stands in front of you and sees, same thing he sees, no? It won't be different. So in that way. Then what is being seen is mentioned in the next slide. Next one. Dviramshe Pipalas Tatra Dviramshesha Shesho Mahan Sarvaushadi Samavyapai Sarvata Paribramita. So this image has two parts, front part and back part. Out of the two parts, one part is Pipalas Tatra. One side it looks like combination of people leaves. One half of the two sides appears in the form of combination of big people tree leaves. People tree is our Lakshmi Mandir ke piche na, Varsa. And other half of this Bharatakanda appears like a huge rabbit. Viramshecha Shesho Mahan. One side appears to be combination of people tree leaves. Other side appears to be like a big rabbit and a small people tree leaf, sacred fig tree around it. So Dviram Shecha Chesho Mahan. One side people trees leaves are there. Other side Cha indicates people tree leaves and also great Sheshi. Great rabbit. They are surrounded by all varieties of vegetation. Sarva Aushadi Samavyapi Sarvata Paripramita. These people tree leaves and rabbit and people tree leaf and all surrounded by small vegetation here and there. This is the description of the image. When you go to the moon and look downward, how does it look like?
Satellite view.
Satellite view of the Bharatakanda. One side image and back side, front side image and back side image. So like that. Apastato Anya Vijnaya Esha Sankshepa Uchate. Besides these portions, the rest all is water. Except the portion where people leaves are seen, where the rabbit is seen, remaining all is water only. Sri Tiruvenkata Ramanuja Jiyar sketched a drawing of one big rabbit with some vegetation on one side and few people tree leaves on the other side, as per the above Vedic hymn. The image drawn by him is this. This is a big rabbit surrounded by some vegetation here and there, and here a small people leaf. Here two people leaves he draw. So he did not understand what is the meaning of this verse, what it is trying to indicate. So while contemplating like that, he turned it around. Then it made sense to him. So it is like that. So this portion of the Bharata Khanda looks like a rabbit and set of people leaf and vegetation here and there. This portion of the Bharata Khanda looks like a combination of two big people leaves.
Rabbit like that.
Rabbit is like this.
Draw even that way.
He is Sri Tiruvenkat Ramanujayar is not Pavaneshwar Das.
How many years ago?
He was born in 1805. He lived all the way up to 1880. 70 years he lived on the planet, on the surface of the earth, and he took sannyas very early age. He was born in Maduramangalam. He made his ashram after sannyas ceremony in Sri Perambudur, the birthplace of Ramanujacharya. Even today also his ashram is there in Sri Perambudur. Later on, while he was traveling, when he was in Melkote, he was reading Mahabharata. When he read this section, Bhishmakhanda Parva, we came across these verses. Then he meditated and then draw the image. Then when he turned around the image, then he understood. Okay, it is talking about.
By then already the world map is released.
Is made, so it can be easily comparable. So in that way.
This is the same image.
Which you draw, yes, same image. Image. I think I should be having that image. What the image you draw? I have a picture of that. So it is connected to the modern day world map. Yes or no?
Yes.
So now tell us, what are we talking about and where it is located? What is the earth globe now?
Earth globe is the Bharata Khanda.
Which is one of the 9th portion of Bharata Varsa, which is one of the 9th portion of Jambudvipa, which is one of the 7 Dvipas of Bhumandala. So like that.
So this organization is Bharata Khanda.
Our earth globe is
Bharata
Khanda. For all practical purposes, our earth globe is Bharata Khanda.
Okay, and this whole thing, whatever we are seeing, the water, that is the salt ocean, and the top is the salt ocean.
Other than this rabbit portion, leaf portion, remaining all water only, na? Apastato anna esha vikshepa. What is that verse? Apastato anna esha vikshepa. Uchate. Beside these portions, rest all is water only. When you see the image, you see the full image, na? Half circle. In that half circle, in the full circle, two leaves are there, remaining all water. They said one rabbit is there, one leaf is there, remaining all water. That is the image one sees from the moon, or in the moon, in the mirror of the moon. So that is what is our experience now, world map. The modern observers also gave the same picture.
Someone wants to, if they keep marching towards the north, like this, in a 2-dimensional way, then would they reach the bifurcation lake?
Which bifurcation?
The 9 divisions have been made, no? In the Bharata Varsha. And the divisions are because of the water.
No, not north. You have to go to north and then go downward all the way up to America. America is the other side of that. India is this side, outside. I'll show you. Wait. Abhi आप तो ज़्यादा contemplation जाते हैं.
Okay. You will be showing me then.
These are the 9 divisions of Bharata Varsha. So this is the 9th division. So India will be this side, outside, and that side will be America.
So India is towards this.
Towards us, towards the south.
Towards south.
So you have to go to other side. That is back side is the central portion of the North America, Central America. From there you can go to other side of the other Dvipa.
So,
but Earth keeps moving, no?
Who said?
Okay, according to this, it doesn't.
कौन बोला?
No. That some ignorant people said.
We are not ignorant. We are
I am
students of knowledge.
ignorant of your intelligence.
We are students of knowledge. So, Guruji, India की इधर salt water ocean है.
No,
It's the
saltwater ocean is everywhere.
yeah no. Now
See, this is all, the blue is all saltwater ocean, na?
no.
And this is also saltwater ocean.
Bharat Khanda अभी है. So right now ये भारत वर्ष जो है last line.
Bharata Varsa is a flat portion.
Yeah, flat portion.
Like a bow-shaped flat portion. In that, on the corner, there is a spherical ball.
Yeah, so यहाँ पे corner में ऐसा है.
वहाँ पे नहीं, उस तरफ.
हाँ, अगर ये ऐसा है.
हाँ, उधर.
तो यहाँ पे.
हाँ, वहाँ पे Bharata Khanda. There is a spherical ball.
India के.
It is spherical ball.
Present on the land.
And on the surface of the land. Yes.
On the surface of the land.
Of course, on the surface of the water. ये नीचे सब ओशन है ना, ओशन के ऊपर एक बॉल है.
अच्छा, ये ओशन के ऊपर है.
वही द्वीप मतलब वही है ना, आइलैंड मतलब क्या है? ये ब्लू लाइन्स आर ऑल वाटर. Actually, in reality, that also should be like this only. The 9th division also should be like that only, na? So where are the pictures? When we make 9 divisions, even the 9th division should also be look like a small bow. Yes or no? In a big bow shaped Bharata Varsha, the 9th division should all be also like a small bow. So this question many people ask. When you are keeping the earth globe in the middle, what happens this side land, this side land?
Yes.
It is submerged in the ocean. Only in the central portion there is a land mass, remaining all submerged in the ocean. These divisions are to explain how they are. और division होने के बाद भी थोड़ा land समुद्र में डूब गया. Only in the center portion there is a lot of mud. It has become like a ball. So they ask, who made it ball? How it happened? We don't know as of now. Who made it? How it happened? We don't know. But someone must have made. Our Lord must have made it as a ball.
गर्भ क्वेश्चन से निकाला था.
गर्भ क्वेश्चन क्यों? ये भूमंडल के ऊपर है ना, ये सब साल्ट वाटर ओशन के बाजू में.
What is the width, Prabhu?
Which width?
The bottommost thing. Now there is a small bow, the Bharata Khanda.
From here to here 9,000 yojanas.
No.
Either to either 9,000.
From this is Bharata Khanda. Okay, so there is a salt ocean.
Salt ocean.
And there is a salt ocean
below also.
So
दोनों के बीच में 1,000.
1,000 yojanas.
1,000 yojanas.
And 1,000 yojanas, whatever we are actually saying, that is the diameter of the
Earth globe.
Bhumandala.
The Earth globe. भूमंडल का diameter 500 million yojanas.
Earth globe. So, but according to modern theory.
अभी wait ना. Wait. अभी वो ज़्यादा सोच मत. अभी जो डिस्कस करे उसके बारे में चर्चा कर लो. वो 1000 मैच होगा नहीं होगा दिखाएंगे ना.
इसका भी कर दिया.
और क्या? आप लोग रॉकेट साइंटिस्ट है बाबा.
This is
revealed to that Sri Tiruvenkada Ramanujar, not to me.
हाँ नहीं मतलब revealed मतलब उन्होंने पढ़ा. उनको एक मतलब to make a.
See, he read all these shlokas. The Mahabharata shlokas read. And based on the meaning of these verses, he draw the image. वो उनका अंडरस्टैंडिंग है.
So he बराबर है. I'm getting to जो महाभारत वर्ष में उन्होंने रैबिट निकाला और लीव्स ऐसे निकाला.
पेपर लीव्स निकाला.
So exactly जो अभी जैसा आपने बताया मुझे. I'm not anything. ये जैसा रैबिट निकाला और एक लीव यहाँ पे निकाला, यहाँ पे 2 लीव निकाला.
Yes.
So this was also.
That is because श्लोका में ऐसा बताया गया इसलिए. विरंश पिप्पलस तत्र. Of the two, one side, amsha means one part. Of the two portions, front side, back side, में one side, there are pippalas tatra, plural. There are 2 people leaves. On the other side, cha indicates other side also there is one people leaf and also great shashi, great rabbit. So one side you are 2 people leaves, on the other side one rabbit and 1 people leaf. So like that. Two things.
So in one side there are 2 people leaves, the rabbit, and the other side there is 1 people leaf.
I am sorry whether I am not able to explain you properly or not. One side pippalas matlab plural. one half of the two sides appears in the form of combination of big people tree leaves. मतलब क्या? Plural.
One half of the two sides appear in the form of बराबर.
On one side there are two people leaves. On the other side there is one people leaf and one rabbit. That's all. Simple. इधर इमेज में देखो ना, उतना कंफ्यूजन क्यों आपको? One side there are two people leaves, and one side there is a rabbit, there is a people leaf. That's all. Two here. Simple. जो भी है. So this is like complete picture. So one side it looks like circular. Sudarshan Zipana. Within the circle they are like this. Within the circle they are like this.
Actually, they are like this. I mean, from like this.
A spherical ball, na? You see from here how it look like. Draw the image. You go here 180 degrees opposite. Draw it like that. Okay. Simple.
Matching.
Analysis through paralysis. Okay. This rabbit is corresponding to Africa, Europe, Asia. These leaves are corresponding to North America, South America. This leaf is corresponding to Australia. More or less all are there. This is our Jambudipa. That is our Bharata Varsha. Within that 9 divisions, this is our 9th division, known as Bharata Khanda. And this Bharata Khanda is spherical globe. And below Bharata Khanda, everything is water only. There is no more land portion. Whatever land portion that is dug and put it at one place center, it became like a ball. The side वाला मट्टी को निकाल के सेंटर में डाल दिया, वो बाल बन गए बाद में, भगवान के इच्छा अनुसार, आपका आनंद के लिए. This is the picture drawn by Sri Tiruvenkat Ramanujan. Not only for Bharata Khanda, but for the entire universe he draw the image. This is the entire universe covered by 7 layers: earth, water, fire, ether, ahankara, mahattatva. And here are the 8 elephants. These are the lower 7 planetary systems. These are the other islands and other oceans. And this is Jambudipa. In Jambudipa, here is Mount Meru. And here is Bharata Khanda. The circle globular thing is there, kept here. And this is Mount Meru. Sorry, this is Pole Star. And this is Sun's chariot. Sun's chariot is here. And these are the different devatas, different sargas and witnesses. This is how eclipse happens. Solar eclipse and lunar eclipse, how it happens. This is Sun's chariot. And this is the image we are talking about. This is the image drawn by him. Rabbit, people leaf, 1 people leaf, 2 people leaf. This image draw long back.
तब डिस्कवर हुआ था ब्रजी कि
हो गया ना, तब तक ब्रिटिशर्स थे ना इंडिया में. Okay. So now we will see some references in order to establish what is being said in Mahabharata, whether it is said in the other scriptures also. It should be considered in all scriptures, not only one place.
You quoted one scripture, Siddhanta Shiromani.
Siddhanta
Where is
Shiromani.
that?
That is Bhaskaracharya's commentary on Surya Siddhanta. That is a recent book. One of the recent Acharya wrote a commentary to.
Sri Vaishnava.
No, Bhaskaracharya is like one of the mathematicians. He is from Maharashtra only, central India. Whether it is Sri Vaishnava or any other Sampradaya, that is not clear. He is basically an astronomer. He is not a philosophical Acharya. He is an astronomer. So he is commentary. So this is from Surya Siddhanta. Sarvatraiva mahi gole swastanam uparistham manyate ke veto golasya kva urdham ka apiyata. At the shape of the earth, that is Bharata Khanda, is spherical, gole. People in each place think themselves to be uppermost. But the globe of the earth, Bharata Khanda, is situated in ether, as it is perceived by our eye. Ke eto golasya. What then is its upper side and lower side? Wherever, whether person standing here, everywhere, they think that I am standing upside. Since it is spherical in nature, this fellow thinks standing here. We are all close to enough equator. Though actually in reality, we are standing here like this. But we don't feel like standing horizontally. We always feel standing upside down. I mean, legs below and head above. Central Africa here, na? India bhi udhar rehte na? That side. We are all standing on the earth globe like this horizontally. But are we feeling like we are standing like this? We feel like standing like this on the upper surface of the earth globe. That is because of the spherical nature of the earth. Only a spherical earth will give you that kind of experience. This is to establish it is indeed spherical. Others may say you are cooking up the meaning of the verses. How can you say that it is spherical? Kya proof hai? Pratyaksha is the proof. People all over the earth globe, they experience it like that. And then that, when the person is situated in the North Pole, he sees sun is revolving around him. Yes? North Pole may log feel that sun is revolving around him. And the line of equator, we see sun is rising here, going above our head and setting here and going below our feet. In the South Pole, people see sun is going in the counterclockwise direction, opposite direction.
Okay, मतलब जो अंटार्कटिका में रहते होंगे,
हाँ,
they can see the sun like this,
हाँ,
not
हाँ,
like
ना.
this.
And
हम
the
ऊपर से ऐसा देखते हैं?
North Pole wala will see sun like this. Sun will be moving like this.
Okay.
He does not see sun going like this. We are close to the line of equator, we see sun going like this. So now I'll show some images. This is the entire Bhumandala. Here is our Earth globe in the Jambudvipa. This is all Jambudvipa. This is saltwater ocean. This boundary is our particular Bharata Khanda. So with respect to the place where Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj are discussing Bhagavatam, this side is east, this side is west, this side is north, and this side is south. And here our sun is said to be traveling like this, and just above the Bhumandala. Every day, day in, day out. This is 24 hours for sun. It takes starting from here and going around. It takes 24 hours. When sun is here in India, we get to see the sun. That's why for us this direction is east. When sun comes here, is above India, overhead of India. When sun is here, is about to set. When sun is here, is below our feet. That is midnight. Again, next day morning, sun comes here. That will be next morning for India, especially for the people in India. And from Bhagavatam point of view, in Shukatal, the place where the discussion is going on, Sukadeva Goswami Parikshit Maharaj. So the Bhagavatam, whatever direction the Sukadeva Goswami used, north and south. South is actually the direction of the midday sun. This is midday sun direction, where during midday time, where the sun we see, that is south. Sukadeva Goswami using it like that. And during midnight, where the direction sun is there, that is midnight sun. But this is north for us. This is true north.
Can you explain again? Midday sun.
See, in the universe, Bhumandala is like this. The sun is traveling just above the Bhumandala like this. Okay. So in the Bhumandala, in the middle there is Jambudvipa. In the middle there is Mount Meru. While explaining all the Varshas, Sukadeva Goswami said that to the east of Mount Meru is Bhadrasha Varsha. To the west of Mount Meru is Ketumala Varsha. To the north of Mount Meru is Hiranmaya, Ramyaka and Uttarakuru. To the south of Mount Meru is Harivarsha, Kimpurusha Varsha, Bharata Varsha. He used north and south. But in the universe, this is the Bhumandala. Perpendicular to the Bhumandala is the lotus going upward. That is actually true north. Dhruvaloka is actually here. The direction in which Dhruvaloka is there, that is the true north of our universe. That will never change. The true north will never change. That's why it is called true north. And the direction, if you go further, is Satyaloka. And if you go further, you after crossing universal shell, you will go to Brahman. Then if you go further, you will go to Vaikuntha. So the direction which is perpendicular to the plane of Bhumandala is true north. Which is below the Bhumandala is true south. But Sukadeva Goswami using on the surface of the Bhumandala, north and south. What do you mean by this north? When sun is moving around, the direction in which we see the sun during midday, with respect to Shukatal, the direction is south, according to Sukadeva Goswami. That means this side. The above side is south. And the bottom side is north. But for us, okay, the Jambudvipa is here, Bharata Khanda is here, sun is revolving around, but sun is doing parikrama around Bharata Khanda and Mount Meru also. But for us, today we are here in Bombay, we are experiencing sun is like this. Then the Bhumandala is like this. Bhumandala like this, the sun is traveling like this, according to our experience. In Bombay. Why? Because the Bharata Khanda is spherical, and in Bharata Khanda, we are actually standing at the line of equator. We are standing like this. In the 3D universe, when you go to outer space, the Bharata Khanda is like this, we are standing like this. But since it is spherical, we have the experience of Bharata Khanda anywhere we are, we feel like we are standing on the upper side. That's why we see sun traveling like this. So for us from Bombay, the Bhumandal is like this. This is true north. This is true south. As you go this side, you will go to Karbodaka Ocean. Aratala, Vitala, Sutala, and all the way up to Narakaloka. So that is understanding. Because the earth is spherical, we have this change in perception. Ade earth globe ke upar, north pole, if you go, you will see sun is traveling around him. Sun is doing parikrama of him. No problem. If you go to south pole, you will see sun is traveling upper parikrama.
Why like that? Even if you go to the South Pole, South Pole, from that.
South pole is below the earth. Sun will be traveling the opposite direction, apasavya.
But why will it appear like that?
It will be like that only.
Okay, because he's inverted.
He's inverted. No? See, for him, it is like this. Sun will not change the direction, but the person is changing his orientation. He will experience the opposite side.
तो मतलब for true experience, अगर मैं रशिया में गया for example, तो सन ऐसा घूमेगा, ऐसा नहीं घूमेगा, right ना? अगर मतलब it will.
आप रशिया में जाएगा तो ఇప్పుడు దాని భూమండలం like this na, when you go to Russia, భూమండలం becomes like this. Right. Sun will be moving like this.
Right.
So I have that image also. You see, for a person in the line of equator, India especially, we see sun is traveling like this. Sometimes sun is above our head, sometimes below our feet, sometimes front side, sometimes back side. This is for a person on the North Pole. He will see sun is traveling around him, sun is doing parikrama of him. Then you go to 60 degrees latitude, you will see sun is traveling like this at an inclined plane. 30 degrees, you will see more inclined plane, sun travels like this. And 0 degrees, you will see sun is going above and below, above and below. This is our experience.
0 degrees means where?
Line of equator.
India, how there you consider 90 degrees?
Where 90?
First one.
First one is for this person.
For that person.
For this person. See, person feels wherever he may be, he feels I am standing above. Here he is standing above 90 degrees. Here he is standing above. Here he is standing above. Here he is standing above. So we are seeing for him what is the perception.
What is the other person then?
He is also there. This is a comparative person.
तो हमारे ऊपर जा रहा है, ऐसा नीचे जा रहा है, जा रहा है, नीचे जा रहा है.
Because we are at the line of equator. If we travel to North Pole, we see sun is traveling around us. That is only possible if the earth is spherical. If earth is not spherical, if earth is flat, wherever you may be, you should only have sun is doing parikrama around you. This is to establish earth is spherical. Pratyaksha, from Pratyaksha point of view. There is Shabda said Parimandala, and Pratyaksha is our experience also says it's supposed to be spherical. So both are matching in that sense. As per scientific calculations, the mean diameter of the earth is 12,742 kilometers. Diameter measured at the equator, 12,756. Diameter measured between the two poles, 12,733. According to Srimad Bhagavatam 5:19-19. Bharata Khanda is the 9th part of Bharata Varsha. The total width of Bharata Varsha is 9,000. So 9th part is 1,000. 1 yojana is equal to 8 miles, 8,000 miles. 1 mile is equal to 1.609 kilometers. 12,872 kilometers. This and this are closely matching. What scriptures are talking about a spherical ball is the same spherical ball which modern science is talking about. Measurements, Pratyaksha, Shabda, all three are matching. And Surya Siddhanta says that the diameter of the earth globe is 1600 yojanas. Yojanani Shatanyashto Bhukarno Dvi Gunanitu. The Bhukarna is equal to 2 times to the 800. 1600 yojanas. So how do we understand? Bhagavatam says 1000, Surya says 1600. What do you mean? According to Siddhanta, diameter means the distance between the lower part to the upper part of the sphere along with its surface. So how do you measure a distance? You walk, you put a measurement scale and measure. Same way, in order to measure the diameter of the earth, you need to walk on the surface of the earth from one side to other side. Whatever distance you walk, starting from here to here or bottom to top, that will be diameter of the earth. But in reality, what is the distance?
Hemispherical circumference.
half the circumference.
Yeah.
That is equal to half of the total circumference. For a sphere or for a circle, circumference is equal to 2 pi r. The diameter is equal to 2r is equal to c by pi. So actual earth diameter will be the total circumference, which is twice to the 1600 divided by pi. That comes to 1019 yojanas.
Here the R you have taken it to the.
Huh? What?
R लिया ही नहीं है ना, diameter लिया है.
मैं तो diameter लिया था. C is equal to 2 pi r लिखा था. Instead of that, we can put pi d only.
And C has come 1600. Okay, that is given.
Shloka tells 1600. The diameter they say 1600. What is the diameter? What do you mean by diameter? As you walk on the surface of the earth from one side to other side, that is the diameter. But it is actually in reality it is half the circumference. The full circumference will be 3200. Then what is the actual diameter? 3200 by pi. That is 1019 yojanas, which is also matching to Bhagavatam. But they also tell how to calculate the diameter of the earth. They give you a different formula. So this is Danta. He says that Bhuparadi is equal to square root of 10 into d square. Tat vargato dashagunat padam Bhuparadir bhavet.
What is D?
D is diameter. D square into 10. Tad vargato means the square of the diameter into 10.
Pi square comes close to 10. That's what the difference is.
Square root of 10 is equal to pi. Bhagavatam uses pi is equal to 3. Sridhanta uses pi is equal to root 10. So in that way. So D is equal to C by pi. So here pi is equal to D is equal to C by 3 root 10. 602 by 3, this one. This comes to 1012 yojanas. It is very close number compared to this. So like that. This is how different scriptures give the value of earth diameter. Okay, correction. Thank you very much. 720 or we'll continue some more time. You are able to process?
Because you will not be there after complete as.
Okay, we'll complete that. There are a few more verses to glorifies Bharata verse, then we'll complete that. 19th chapter will be over with that. But you got the concept?
Yeah.
We started with Bhumandala. Privata divided into 7 dvipas. After 7, we started with Jambudvipa. Jambudvipa has 9 varshas. 11th varsha details are mentioned elaborately. And later on, when it is said that the 8 varshas are Bhauma Sarga, whatever facility that are there in 11th varsha will also be there in all the other varshas. That means every varsha, all the other 8 varshas, all the other 7 varshas, there is streams of water, streams of milk, streams of yogurt, streams of ghee, streams of honey. They don't have to work hard and go to office and all, get money and all. That is all in Bharata Varsha alone. Since Bharata Varsha is Karumi. In Vayupurana, they say one point that in all those Bhaumasvarga, they don't have to depend upon rains. Their maintenance is naturally taken care by the rivers. Because rivers only have all the necessary things, whatever they need for sustenance. But in Bharata Varsha, we need to depend upon rains. Our maintenance is based on rain. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyad annabhava. Yajnat bhavanti parjanyo yajna karma samudbhava. And how the rain comes? By the performance of yajna. How the yajna is accomplished? By the execution of our varnashrama duties. Yajna karma samudbhava. Yajna is accomplished by executing our varnashrama duties. So that's why this place is called karma bhumi. In the remaining places, performing karma is not at all given much importance. If somebody wants to do, they may do, but it is not required. Because जो चाहिए सब easily available है. इधर नहीं, इधर काम करेगा तो मिलेगा, नहीं तो नहीं मिलेगा. So that's why this place is called कर्म भूमि.
कर्म भूमि is भारत वर्ष.
हाँ.
So भारत खंड में है तो भारत मतलब पूरा भारत वर्ष जो है इस कर्म भूमि.
कर्म भूमि, yes.
So there are other planets also.
No planets. It is Bharata Varsha only. Nothing is called a planet. Earth is also not planet.
So this is भारत खंड. भारत खंड में तो है.
हाँ.
तो भारत खंड के बाहर भी कुछ रहेगा ना?
हाँ, yeah. Our 8 divisions are there ना.
तो उधर भी वो भी कर्म भूमि है.
Ah, they are also Karma Bhumi. All those 8 divisions, remaining 8 divisions also Karma Bhumi, along with Bharata Khanda.
For that description we have in Bhagavatam.
We don't have this description also. This is also from other Puranas. Bhagavatam does not give anything. It says, okay, Bharata Varsha, whether varnashmalities are there, बस आगे जाते हैं. These are all from different Puranas. ये भागवत में नहीं सर.
तो एक क्वेश्चन के बाद भारत खंड के बाद एक क्वेश्चन है, उसके बाद भी वो कर्म भूमि है.
हाँ, यस, वो भी कर्म भूमि. पूरा भारत वर्ष इज कर्म भूमि.
So why means Earth planet?
No earth planet, earth globe or Bharata Khanda. Better use Bharata Khanda.
Bharat Khanda, that is Earth. From here it is very.
Whole Bhumandal is also earth. Jambudipa is also earth. Bharata Varsha is also earth. Better use Sanskrit names.
Bharat Khanda. So it is said that in Bharat Khanda it is very easy. Either you go to heavenly planets or liberation. So is the same with the other tracks of the land of Bharat Varsha?
Yes, yes. Whatever principle is applicable for the entire Bharata Varsha.
वो जो भारत खंड में प्रिंसिपल अपना होता है भारत.
हाँ, पूरा भारत वर्ष का same principle. But Bharata Khanda is given emphasis because we are staying in Bharata Khanda. So it is spoken in some shlokas with emphasis.
And that also, our country, you can say from this more prominences.
Yeah, within Bharata Khanda, the area between Himalayas and Kanyakumari is the more prominent thing, where Varnashrama culture is still intact compared to other places.
If, for example, from a previous 5,000 years ago point of view, the whole earth was favorable for this Vedic culture.
No, it was it was favorable, but still some area more favorable, other areas less favorable.
So this was the area where it was most favorable.
Most favorable, yes.
वहाँ पे भी कर सकते थे, but
अभी भी वहाँ पे भी कुछ लोग करते हैं, but less favorable.
When it is said Brahma came and lifted the earth. So Bhumandala. That is actually referring to this.
नहीं, Bhumandala is Bhumandala.
Whole Bhumandala was actually.
Bhumandala, whole Bhumandala is not the Bharata Khanda.
So Manu takes the responsibility of the whole Bhumandala.
Yes, he is the responsible person for entire Bhumandala.
The whole Bhumandala, whatever the ruling and the things are required, that is under the control of Manu.
No, not always in his control. He rules for some time, then he gives the responsibility to his children. They rule, and their children, like that. It goes on generation to generation. He is there when there is not a qualified person, then he comes in and selects a qualified person. Like after Pracheta, there was no one to rule. Swayambhu Manu came down to Narada Muni's ashram in the great Himalayas. Requested our Prevrata, come and do that needful. No one is there to rule. So like that.
So now, questions which we have heard with respect to Satyavrata, Chakshushamanavadha last
Satyavrata.
Satyavrata. That is also with respect to Bharata Khanda.
No, with respect to Bhumandala.
Whole Bhumandala.
Whole Bhumandala. That time whole Bhumandala was submerged into the Garbhoda Ocean.
So what are the specific pastimes which happened only in the Bharata Khanda?
Ramayana, Mahabharata. Recent pastimes.
All the rest of everything else is?
No, in one sense, all the pastimes happened in Bharata Khanda only. All the pastimes mentioned in the Bhagavatam, except the Devata's pastimes, all the human related activities all happened in Bharata Khanda only. For example, Swayambhu Manu, Uttanapada, Dhruva, Their capital was Kanpur, the modern day Kanpur now. That is from there only they ruled. And Hastinapur is Pandava's capital. Ayodhya is the Lord Rama, Suryavamsha's capital. So they are all here only. यहाँ से रूल कर रहे थे वो सब.
Like Lord appears in Bharat Khanda. Does he appear in other Khandas also?
Yeah, he might have appeared other Khandas, but because since we are here, the books written for our benefit with the details which happened here.
We don't have anything regarding other Khandas in any of this.
Maybe there. We have not read completely ना. कितना पढ़ा हमने? एक भागवतम पढ़ने के लिए इतना तकलीफ हो रहा है. बहुत सारा बुक्स है. 18 major Puranas, 18 minor Puranas, रामायण, महाभारत, like that. बहुत सारा बुक्स है पढ़ने के लिए. अब कितना पढ़ा?
18 major Puranas intact are they preserved?
I don't know. Still, there is a lot of debate about it. Skanda Purana, they say everything is interpolated. So, like that. If Acharyas are commenting on the Puranas from thousands of years, then at least we can have that. At least Bhagavatam, we have the Sridhar commentary, which is 1000 years old. At least 1000 years से कुछ change नहीं हुआ, ऐसा बोल सकते हैं. उसके पहले change हुआ क्या पता नहीं हमको. Like that. At least recently there was no change. But like that, other Puranas do not have commentaries. So we don't know what happened when, no idea. So now the rest of the chapter talks about the glories of Bharata Varsha. And those verses are all spoken by the people who are visiting the heavenly planets by the pious activities, not the local people who went on excursion. They are offering all those prayers. From that point of view, we have to see the next prayers. That liberation, Apavargascha Abhibhavati, it was said, na? In Bharata Varsha, though people does not want, the liberation comes on its own account to the people. The facilities to attain liberation comes on its own. Like devotees going out, distributing prasadam, distributing Bhagavad Gita, inviting them for satsang program and all, they comes on their own. That liberation, whose essential nature is unmotivated bhakti yoga to the Lord, full of qualities, who attracts the minds of all beings, who is not the object of merging, who is not described by material words, who remains beyond destruction of the universe, who is the most excellent Atma, who is the son of Vasudeva, takes place by the destruction of the knot of ignorance. So going back to Godhead, where the Lord is situated, Lord having all these qualities, is possible by one who destroys the knot of ignorance. Avidya Granthi ko nikalna hai, which causes various material goals when there is association with the devotees of the Lord. Avidya Granthi inspires us do sinful activities by which one goes to heaven, hell. Do pious activities by which one go to heaven. So Avidya Shakti inspires us do this, do that, some things. But when the Avidya Shakti is disturbed by Bhakti Yoga, there will be only one desire, that is to go back to Godhead. So in that way. When, under what condition the celebration will take place? That is, the process is mentioned in this verse. What is the nature of this liberation and when does it occur? This verse answers. The Lord is full of all wonderful qualities such as auspiciousness and beauty, Bhagavan. He thus attracts the mind of all beings, Sarvabhuta Atmani. Therefore, in the Lord there is no oneness with the Jiva, only oneness by service. Lord is attractor, Jiva is attracted. Both cannot be one. But there is oneness in terms of service, seva. His glories cannot be described by material words like attraction, distraction, etc. etc. He is transcendental. Even at the destruction of the universe, his form and qualities remain eternal. He has no destruction like the elements of matter. Mahavishnu is situated outside the universe. Even the human mental universe is destroyed, Mahavishnu still remains intact as is. Since he is the abode of Prema, he is the soul of all beings. But he is also the supreme soul. Because of his special qualities, he is the most worthy of worship. He is Lord Vasudeva, son of Vasudeva. Bhakti Yoga without material cause, Ananya Nimitta, is the Swarupa of Apavarga. Basically, Ananya Bhakti is the cause of liberation, not ordinary Bhakti. Apavarga by conventional usage means Sahajya Mukti. That is true. But liberation, the destruction of ignorance, is included in Bhakti. Therefore, Bhakti can also be called as liberation. Bhakti can also award Sahajya Mukti and also other four Muktis also. So, Bhakti can also be called as liberation because Bhakti leads to liberation. This liberation is achieved by destruction of the knot of ignorance, which causes many temporary goals, going to hell, going to heaven, going to Pitraloka, going here, going there, etc. etc. When does this take place? It takes place when there is association of the devotees of the Lord. When we take the association of devotees, then only there is a possibility of our going back home back to Godhead.
Check or question. This is the Bharat Khanda, and Bharat Khanda is
Earth globe.
situated in Bharat Varsha. तो उसमें एक भारत वर्ष उसके ऊपर है. So we can see the, for example, Antarctica region. So can we say that Antarctica is situated in
Antarctica is situated in
is touching the ground of Bharatvarsha?
Yeah, it is touching the ocean, which covered Bharatavarsha. There is actually plain Bharatavarsha. उसके ऊपर पानी आया, बीच में थोड़ा लैंड बच गया. There is small connection also between below South Pole to the Bharatavarsha, which is beneath the saltwater ocean. There is a connection.
अच्छा, मतलब okay.
That connection is a ice column.
Ice column.
Ice column. Ice pillar is there between that.
Okay, so Antarctica region है वो ice pillar से connected
है.
भारतवर्ष.
Yes.
And that is land. Actually, that is the land.
Yeah, kind of land.
And then there is ocean.
Yeah, there is ocean.
Saltwater ocean.
But we can't see that ice column completely, and the ocean below, the entire Jambudipa, the ocean below, we can't see. There's a different reason for that. Maybe I will add some slides later on. The reason is because Bhaumasvarga, the remaining part of the Jambudipa, along with all the greater Himalayas, they are all part of Bhaumasvarga. Purloka and Sargaloka also Swargas. So, in the Bhugola Varnana book, a book written by Srila Vadira Tirtha, this question is asked. Srila Vadiraja Tirtha. So there is a question asked, why are we not able to see Mount Meru and Greater Himalayas, all these, though they are there very close by, why are we not seeing? He says, Adrucha Dasava Sarve Samutpanna Jala Adaya. Though entire world is made up of, entire universe is made up of Panchamahabhutas, earth, water, fire, ether. But sometimes these elements becomes invisible. The earth element also becomes invisible under some conditions. Fire element also becomes invisible. Earth, water element also becomes invisible. Anyway, air and ether are already invisible. How? For example, water you take. When it is solid, you can hold. When a liquid, we need a glass. When it becomes vapor, can we see? Still water only. Just transformed into vapor, but we can't see. Dust also, when you hold in the hand, it is there. Add water, it becomes mud. Throw into the air, can we see the mud? Without adding water. Can't see. It becomes small particles. Similarly, the gold in the material world is jada, lifeless. Gold in the spiritual world is full of life, chinmaya. And the gold in the heaven, it is subtle. It has some mystic potency and all. So in our place, we wear golden ornaments. When we leave the body, the golden ornaments are left behind. Yes, because they don't have any life. They can't go anywhere. They are like made up of mud only. Gold is nothing but the transformation of mud only. They remain here. In the spiritual world, the golden ornament and the jiva behind the golden ornament, there is no difference. The golden ornament itself is the jiva swarupa. There is nothing like there is atma and body different. Whatever we see itself is atma in the spiritual world. There is no separate body for that. So in the heaven, the body and atma of the devatas, atma is atma, but the body of the devatas is not neither grass nor spiritual. It is somewhere in the middle. It is subtle. It has a lot of mystic potencies. For example, Kunti Maharani praying for the devatas. The devatas are appearing, blessing Kunti Maharani with the sun, disappearing. When the devatas appear, They appear along with the garments, ornaments, everything. When they disappear with the garment, ornament. So even their garments and ornaments are also of the same quality of themselves. Indra's quality, the subtle nature. Same way their abodes are also subtle in nature. Ordinarily we can't see them. But when we pray, when they are merciful upon us, they will show their abodes unto us. So thus the entire Jambudipa remaining part of the Bhumandala, since they are all part of Bhaumasvarga, we generally can't see. But when we pray for revelation, they may reveal it to us for some time. Then they again wind up. So that is understood. That's why though this ice column is there below Earth globe and connecting to the lower part of the Bharata Varsha, which is covered by saltwater ocean. Since the saltwater ocean, which is covering the entire Jambudipa, is part of Bhaumasvarga. It is subtle. So we can't see. That's why Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna says, I want to see that universal form, Lord Krishna says, you can't see with his human eyes. You need to have Devata eyes. Divyam dadatte chakshu, Pashchame yoga maishwaram. In order to perceive my yoga aishwarya, you need to have Devata eyes. Then Lord Krishna gives him Devata eyes. With their Devata eyes, Lord Arjuna sees the universal form. He also sees the Devatas and Rishis who are seeing the universal form. He sees everything in the entire universe with the Devata eyes. Similarly, when we have Devata eyes, we can see the entire universe. Jambudipa, Mount Meru, Lakshadweepa, this Deepa, that everything we can see that time. We can see the ice column below Earth globe, all those things. That time only we can see.
We may say जो ice column it may be in the form of vapor also. Can be possible.
No, it is ice column only.
But we can
The ice column which is touching the earth, it is grass. The ice column which is touching the ocean below, it is subtle. Since it is subtle, we can't see it. So like that.
And Ruji, जैसे आपने बताया कि the ornaments of the devatas have the mystics powers. So, for example, when they go from one place to other, they go with the ornaments and their clothes. Now, for example, the yogis who have the mystic powers in the earth planet. So, usually, yogis cannot, if they have gold and silver with them.
Forget about gold and silver. They have dhoti,
Yeah.
kaupin. Does the kaupin go along with them or not?
Yeah. But my understanding was if they have kaupin or their clothes, for example, if they have clothes, because that clothes do not have mystic power from when they go, except Naga Babas, I'm saying. Naga Babas go naked. But if they don't have any, they have clothes, how they can travel from one place to other? That is because it is gross, no, it does not have mystic. They have the mystic power.
They have the mystic power. With that mystic power, they can they can make the clothes disappear also or not. If they can't make the clothes disappear, then what mystic power they have?
That is possible.
Why not? When they don't leave behind the cloth there and they go somewhere, they go with the cloth. If they have the mystic power, they can't they take the cloth along with them? They can take. No. So now the Devatas glorify Bharata Varsha. The Devatas means those people who went to heaven as excursion because of their piety. Having gone there, they are praying this. Aho amisham kimakari shobhanam prasanna esham sviduta swayam hari janmalabdam rushubharata jire mukunda seva opaikam spruhayina. The Devatas sing. What pious acts did these residents perform? The residents of Bharata Varsha perform. Or was the Lord simply pleased with them, by which they attained a birth suitable for service to Lord Mukunda. Mukunda Seva Upaikam in the area of Bharata, where we can only desire this but not attain it. They are saying that having performed lot of piety, they have gone to heaven After going to heaven, they are saying that what kind of pious activity these human beings have performed? They have got birth in Bharata Varsha. Because after going to heaven, they have to stay in the heaven for 1,000 years, thousands of years. They can't come back in between. Piety खत्म होने तक नहीं आ सकते. वो होने के बाद ही आने का. So now they are feeling that we are stuck up here. We can't go there. Why you want to go there? Because there they can practice bhakti very easily. Somebody may question, here also you can practice ना, what is the problem? इधर करो ना. ऐसा प्रश्न आ सकते हैं. उसके लिए आंसर they'll give in the next verse. They say, what pious acts these residents perform are spontaneously without their being doing anything. The Lord was pleased with them by which they get birth in the area of Bharata. Is it not possible that they get such fortune just by pious acts? Cross question. Is it not possible that you can also take birth in Bharata Varsha? But we see sinful people taking birth there also. In Bharata Varsha, there are sinful people also there. That birth is suitable for service to Mukunda. Somebody says that. ऐसा कैसे बोल सकते only pious people are taking birth here, sinful people also there? Then they say that, but birth in Bharata Varsha suitable service to Mukunda. It is good fortune because we desire it and cannot attain that birth. They say that we want to get birth in Bharata Varsha, but we cannot get. Even though there are some sinful people also taking birth in Bharata Varsha, forget about them. But good people are there, they are fortunate. We want to be fortunate like that, but we can't get it. Then they say that what kind of activity they performed because of which they got birth in Bharata Varsha? Kim dushkarairna kratubistapovrater dana debirva द्विजयेन फल्गुना नयत्र नारायण पाद पंकजा स्मृति प्रमुष्टाक्षेन्द्रियोस्तवात्. What is the use of our performing difficult sacrifices? While they were here in Bharata Varsha, they performed so many sacrifices, dushkarair kratubir, which are very difficult to perform. Tapo vratai, they performed so many tapasya, so much vratas, and acts of charity on the earth, dana debir, are attaining transient residence in heaven, where there is no remembrance of the lotus feet of Lord Narayana. And they say that we have performed yajna, dana, tapa, varta, etc. As a result, we came to Swarga. Somebody may say, what is wrong? Enjoy. You come to Swarga, enjoy. But unfortunately, here we can't practice bhakti. Then someone say, why? Why you can't practice bhakti? The people on Bharata Varsha can practice bhakti. आप भी कर सकते ना? हम नहीं कर सकते. क्यों? Nayatra Narayana Pada Pankaja Smriti, where there is no remembrance of the lotus feet of Lord Narayana. यहाँ पे we cannot do smaranam. Why? कर सकते हैं ना, प्रॉब्लम क्या? Or where the memory is carried away by excessive enjoyment of the senses. The entire atmosphere is surcharged by festival of enjoyment. In the midst of festival enjoyment, how can one focus on bhakti? Very difficult. That's why we are not happy here. Though we have attained this place, because of the over enjoyment surrounding us, we are not able to focus on Lord Narayana for a long time. But in Bharata Varsha, instead of over enjoyment, there is over misery. There is a lot of misery all over. So they are forced to remember Lord Narayana. So in that, like that, they are indicating. But if you attain birth in Bharata by performing your rituals, you will again enjoy the happiness of heaven. You again perform kratus, vratas, tapasya, go to heaven. They say, no, such a birth is useless. Those activities are useless. Now, having come to heaven, we have realized it is not a good choice that we have chosen. Why? Attainment of heaven is useless. That happiness is useless. That is expressed in this verse. What is the use of attaining Swarga? There is no good result there. Why? In Swarga, there is the remembrance of the lotus feet of Lord Narayana, but remembrance is carried away by the excessive enjoyment of the senses. Here we can practice bhakti, but that bhakti will be carried away by facilities for enjoyment. That's why we feel pity on ourselves. Why did we perform all the difficult kratus, difficult vratas, difficult tapasyas to land up here in heaven, transient residence in heaven? Then they say, Kalpayusham sthana jayat punarbhavat Kshenayusham Bharata bhujayo varam Kshenena martena kritam manasvina Sanyasya samyanti abhayam padam hare. They say, a moment's stay in Bharata is better than living for a kalpa in Brahmaloka. Since on Brahmaloka one must take birth again. Even though having gone to Brahmaloka, one again has to come back to Bharatavarsa and take birth again. A Brahma Bunaloka Punaravartana. Those who fix their minds on the Lord in Bharata, in a body subjected to death, and giving up all pious and impious acts, one attains Vaikuntha easily. In Brahmaloka, one has to live for one day of Brahma. In Swargaloka, one has to live for so many millions and trillions of years. But in Bharatavarsha, just within 100 years, by proper sincere practice of bhakti, one can come back to Godhead. Quick solution. But that is not possible in the heaven and upper planetary systems. उतना जल्दी जाने का जगह नहीं मिलता है. उधर बहुत ज़्यादा तपस्या करना पड़ता है for a long time. So like that. So whatever the lifespan in that particular lokas, that much time one need to practice bhakti. And whatever lifespan is here, if one practices seriously bhakti, in one lifetime one can go back to Godhead. So from that point of view, this is easy choice, the best choice in Bharatavarsha. And more than that, the surrounding atmosphere is more favorable for practicing bhakti in Bharatavarsha in comparison to heaven and other places. Like that, they are glorifying. Bharata is more attractive than even Brahmaloka. A moment's residence in Bharata is better than a lifetime of 2 Parardas of Brahmaloka, 100 years of Brahma. Because on Brahmaloka, one is again reborn. Living so long in that place makes one take birth again. Then what is the use? Even living after 100 years of Brahma, also one has to take birth again in the material world without achieving perfection. Then what is the use of being becoming the residence of Brahmaloka? So like that they are saying. Those who have fixed their minds on the lotus feet of the Lord, even for a moment in a body subjected to a death in Bharatavarsha, like Maharaj Katvanga. Maharaj Katvanga had only one Muhurta. He requested Indra, please transport him to Bharatavarsha. He came here, meditated on Supreme Lord, attained perfection, went back to Godhead. So, like that. Placing their feet on the top of Brahmaloka, attain Vaikuntha, giving up all pious and impious activities. This is the USP of Bharatavarsha. Nayatra Vaikuntha Kata Sudhapaga, Nasadavo Bhagavatastadarya, Nayatra Yagnesha Maka Mahustava, Suresha Lokopina Vaisa Sevetam. Even Brahmaloka should not be accepted as a residence if there are no rivers of sweet topics about the Lord, if there are no devotees who take shelter of those topics, if there are no great festivals of sacrifice of chanting the names of the Lord. Even by the result of our piety, if we are giving residence in heaven or Marloka, Janaloka, Taprok, Satyaloka, before accepting, we should actually check. Are the devotees are there? Are they discussing Krishna Katha continuously? Are the Sankirtan festivals are going on continuously? Then only I'll come. Otherwise, I'll not come. So like that. Even Lord Kapila says in the 29th chapter, 3rd canto, Salokya Sarupya Samipyam, Salokya Sarishti Sarupya Samipyam, Sarupya Mekatam Apiuta, Diyamanam Nagunanti, Vina Masevana Jana. Even if I give any of the 5 liberations to my devotees, they will not accept if there is no seva opportunity. They want seva, not liberation. The same way here, if there are no facilities for practicing bhakti, don't go to Brahmaloka also. Better avoid that. The intelligent person concludes as follows. There should be rivers of nectar of Lord's topics. Krishna Katha. The topics should be plentiful and tasty like rivers, not flowing meagerly like topics of Jnanis and Karayogis. Full-fledged rivers like Ganga. So like it should be like that. There should be persons who depend upon the Lord, Bhagavatas, devotees, who take shelter of those rivers of topics, who continuously hear and discuss. And no persons who depend on the Paramatma, who depend very little. Okay, Prabhuji, 5 minutes. 8 o'clock. I am not there afterwards. I am there only for 3 days. So, jitna hoga utna complete karna.
तो मेरे को
अभी हो गया 5 मिनट हो गए, 8 o'clock we are closing.
नहीं नहीं कर दो ना आई एम वेटिंग फॉर अब तुम बाद में बैठा
Okay, okay. बाद में we'll continue.
हाँ.
Okay, we'll stop. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay. So basically, there should be persons who depend on the Lord. That means devotees who take shelter of those topics of the river topics, and not persons who depend on Paramatma. That means yogis who depend on very little of those topics to gain jnana or siddhis. There should be sacrifice dedicated to Lord of sacrifice. Sankirtan yajnas. It's like that. Okay. We'll stop here. Any questions are there? We'll take.